No, the audio was off in my software. Okay, so let me check the audio. I think it should be fine now. Yep, I can hear myself. Perfect. Yeah, I kind of messed it up. I tried to schedule the stream and I actually did, but then I started the stream with my streaming software and it started another stream. So I don't know. I have to get into this technical part of streaming a little bit, and maybe next time I will, I will do it correctly. Yeah, hello everyone. I'm glad to see you here. I'm glad that you want to spend some time with me in the stream, and yeah, we can have a look at some. Some trading here. I will of course read all of your comments, answer your questions if I'm able to answer them, and yeah, you can just hit me with all your questions, and of course we can talk a bit about trading. Like for today, we already see 2 open trades, and these are the only trades here in the FTMO accounts. We have the GBP US dollar, which is was just opened up here, and then from this point on pretty much only went into the wrong direction. But gladly, we do also have this USD Japanese yen trade, which was first going into the wrong direction, and now it's only going to the right direction. And this is definitely the kind of order that I prefer, like ending the trade on the right end of the chart. But yeah, we will see how it goes. As always, like when I stream, I usually start these streams 4 p.m. in Germany, which is 5 p.m. server time, FTMO, and then I'm usually live for like 1 hour or so, and then the trades will be closed at 6 p.m. server time, which is for me 5 p.m. in Germany. I know this time thing is always really complicated, and I always mess this up myself. But yeah. Let's have a look at this. Also, of course, I have the other accounts. These accounts actually had a far better entry. We can see it here in the GBP US dollar, because here, for the viewers that are here multiple times already, you already know that here I trade the range from 3 to 11 in GBP US dollar. So we had an earlier entry here in these 2 accounts, which means, of course, that this trade is not as far losing as it is here. But yeah, that's the only difference. The rest is the same, and USD Japanese yen has the same settings anyways in these charts. And yeah, actually what I also had, I just started trading this account, and something really funny happened. And I think I never really saw this before. Because there was a trade, and I realized that there was a trade, and then my second look was on the balance, and there was no change. And actually, this is because the trade was open at the exact same price as it was closed, and that's really funny. I think I never really had this before, but it's just a funny coincidence. And I didn't close this manually, so this was done because the trading time was over. So I think this is a little bit funny, but yeah, that's it would have been a good trade actually, because now the market is going up, but it's still funny that it's a plus minus 0 trade here, completely break even. So what chart should we look at? Maybe like the big FTMO account. So let me have a look at your comments here. Hi René, what are the reasons for selecting the range box to be within specific hours? I test, and just everything's based on backtesting here. Then, hi René, my QL5 program executes a lot of trades. When the market goes to my 61.8 Fibonacci, I only want to open 1 trade and not 100. Bro, then just make sure that the code executes your order sending operation only 1 time. I taught this like 10 or 20 times on my channel. You can, for example, check if there's a new bar, or you can check, you can just store the order ticket of your order, or you can just loop through the orders of your account and check if there's an open position for the EA already. Just watch some of my programming tutorials, or also if you really want to learn the fastest way, check out my website and the complete course. But also with the channel videos, you are completely fine, because this is not a big deal and you will be easily able to fix this. If I wanted to test an EA live for a week, how many weeks or months should I use to backtest? I usually backtest like 5 to 10 years. And then if this is looking fine, I go for a demo or live trading. How do you calculate lot size? I've read the code for it. And I also taught this on my channel already. You can search for it. It's really easy in MQL5 programming, actually. You just need the distance from your entry to the stop loss, and then you can get the tick size, the tick value, and the lot step for your symbol, and then you can do the calculation. So it's not really not a big secret. Hi René, I've wrote an EA and passed FTMO also. I managed to have 4% drawdown. Should I set a smaller lots? Congratulations on passing the FTMO challenge. It's hard to answer for me. I don't know your EA, but if there are bigger drawdowns, maybe you want to lower the lot size. But it's hard to tell without any further insights. Could you link a video for that? I watched a lot of your videos. Wait, what was the question? I don't have a specific video in mind, actually, but just watch the videos or buy my complete course. You will definitely learn it there. And always, do not just watch the videos. Try to understand it. Because the question that you ask is like a really basic question. So all you have to ask yourself is, how can I make sure that the specific code that is executing the order is not executed with every single tick? So you will be easily able to fix this with some logical thinking. Hi René, you're doing well on YouTube. I like your videos. Thanks for the feedback. It's really appreciated. Do you have plans to program an EA for crypto? No plans. Hi René, when backtesting an EA, what's a good profit factor to know that it's a profitable EA? A good profit factor is generally a profit factor above 1. And everything higher is good, everything lower is not so well. But yeah, you just have to, profit factor in testing, it can range from 1 to 2.5, I don't know. I've seen all kinds of profit factors, but the question is if this profit factor is even realistic. So most important is that in the test, you have a reliable, balance and equity development, I would say, and then you just have to test it on a demo or live account at some point, because there can be really big differences. And when you test, for example, a short-term Skyping strategy, it will have a really big profit factor in the tester, but in the live account, it will be less good. And if you test something like the range breakout EA in the tester, the profit factor will be kind of realistic. So it depends on the strategy. You cannot say this profit factor is good or that profit factor is bad. It depends on the strategy and if this is realistic to also work out like this in the live account. Hi René, I'm going crazy about a problem in the validation phase of MQL5 market to publish an EA. Volume limit reached. Error. I think the program tries to open more lots than it's allowed. So it's really easy to fix this. When you try to open a position in the code, just make sure that you do not open more positions than they are allowed. And you can check this. You just loop through the trades, calculate the commissions, the lots, and then check if you add the lots of your planned position if it's above this threshold. And also, when you fail the validation on the MQL5 auto-validation thing, they will link an article. And you can read this article and it will cover most of these errors. And I think also this specific error. So just have a look at this article. It's a great MQL5 article and it will help you with most of the problems. Why don't you trade on other symbols anymore? I believe you traded 5 charts previously. I still trade multiple charts. It's only in these 3 accounts that I trade 2 charts. But for example, in this one, I trade 4 more symbols. In this account, I trade 2 more symbols. In this account, I also trade 4 charts. You can see, but I just split it to different charts. So that's, I think, the only difference. And yeah, I do this because for me, it's kind of like when I trade these accounts, for me, like how I view it, it's not like I want to make as much profit as possible, but I see every account that I start as a project for itself. And that's why I usually like put the EAs that belong to one project, like for me in my mind, into one account. I don't know if this makes sense, but it makes sense to me. And yeah. Can we talk about spreads or no trading hours for Forex pairs? When is the spread not good to trade? Yeah, it depends also on the broker, like and on the symbol. If you're asking yourself if you should trade or if the spread is too big, you can test this in the tester, of course, a bit, but I also observe it in a live chart then, because then you have the actual spreads. And for example, for indices, you will have really huge spreads in the morning hours, like the US index, the German index. So I usually don't trade in these hours if the spread is like crazy high. And yeah, also for Forex pairs, you can have, depends on like some factors, but you can have bigger spreads. And I normally try to avoid these hours, but it still depends on the strategy. So I have some strategies where I trade with a TP of 1,500 points, for example, in this account, where I do some swing trades, and I don't really care about the spread, because even if it goes up to, I don't know, 20 points or so, it's still not that much compared to the overall TP, right? I just came on. Which video explains your breakout strategy? You can check out the links in the description of the stream, and you will find my MQL5 seller profile, and you will also find the range breakout expert advisor there. And on this page, there is a video that explains everything about the strategy, like completely how it works and all the inputs. I personally have enough programming knowledge, but most of my strategies aren't profitable. Yeah, bro, I feel you. Completely the same for me. But I think it's the same for anyone. If finding a profitable strategy would be easy, I mean, you know what I mean. Do you have any tips on inventing profitable strategies? Just try out a lot of different things. Really, I'm like, system development is super time consuming, and there's no easy way, I think. So you really just have to invest the time. Like when I develop strategies, I just try to start at a logical baseline. Like I try to think of something that could work, and then I just test it. And then you will find out if it could be good. Then you maybe want to modify the code a bit and tweak and twerk it, but maybe you see that it's really bad on the first glance, and then I usually dump ideas quickly if I do not see a future for it. How to manage risk of a grid system, expert advisor? You can't, really. Depends on the expert advisor. Some have a limitation in the amount of positions that they open, but when you decide to trade a grid, you literally decide to risk a lot, and that's the trade-off that you take if you trade grid strategies. I cannot give you the answer that you want from me. I cannot say do this and it will be safe, because there is no such answer. Hi René, is the Skyping EA still profitable? I stopped trading it on an account because with my settings it was not profitable, and I also heard from other people in the live stream that they use it in a profitable way with a bigger distances for the TP stop loss and trailing stop loss. So if you do some more testing, you might find profitable settings, but the settings that I used were not profitable for me. So this is why I also took a step back from the idea of scalping and narrow TP and stop loss distances. Why would you not close a position manually if it's crazy in profit and you would notice it because of ego? I'm like, why should I close the position? There's no reason. Because even if a position is in profit, it can still become even better. So you never know when the move is over. And I do not think that I am a person that is able to see the future. So I cannot really make these decisions. Do you do trial and error and backtest settings? makes sense. I optimize a lot, and then when I optimize in my backtesting process, I have a look at the optimization results, and then I search for clusters. I do a lot of thinking, like, could this be profitable? Why was it so good? Why was it so bad? Are there some special events, like macroeconomic events? Like, you have to think about a lot of different factors, and then you just have to decide if these results can be realistic. Hi René, how do you manage that many boxes are drawn? This is a German comment, but I translated it. And you probably, you have to choose a different name for all of your objects. So a name for the object, like for this range, for example, has to be unique. Like, you can see all of my ranges have a different name. I usually use just a timestamp at the end of the name. And then when every range is unique, then you can work with multiple ranges in the same chart. Is the strategy tester results reliable? It depends on your strategy. Like for the Skyping project EA, as I told before, it's not reliable. I also made a video for this if you're interested on the channel. But for the range breakout EA, for example, I did some long-term comparisons, like over 6 years of live trading in a live account with the tester, and the results were actually, for most of the time, kind of similar. So it depends on the strategy, on the data, on a lot of different factors. But it can be kind of accurate, but it can also be way off. Depends on your strategy and the data. I think it's best to manually test something first, and then if you see promise in it, then you try to create a bot for it. If it works for you, I do not share this opinion. Actually, I'm at the complete opposite of this opinion, because I think manually testing makes absolutely no sense, and it's just a waste of time, because programming is way faster. But if it works for you, go for it. I mean, in the end, like, the success always verifies the tools, I think. And if you are successful with something, who am I to judge you? So just do what works out for you. Personally, I don't do it like this, and I don't think it is an efficient way, but if it works for you, go for it. Can you explain in short what the Trade Buddy is? Yeah, sure. The Trade Buddy is a trading journal that you can use to automatically include the trades from the MetaTrader. So you don't have to type in everything by hand, but you can have an automated process. I posted a link. You will find a video on this page. Watch it after the stream, and I will explain everything in detail. Also, I just released an update for the program, so now you are also able to load the backtests into the tool, and then you can check correlations of strategies that you tested in the strategy tester. The ranges that I choose, they are based on backtests. So I cannot tell you why it's from 0 to 7:30 a.m. It's just what the backtest said. But it kind of makes sense, if you think about it logically, because then you just figure out the range in the morning, and there are some days when there is one clear direction, and if you build the range in the morning, you have a lot of time to follow this direction with your trade. Why did I choose to close the trades by time and not in a TP or stop loss? Also based on testing. TP and stop loss was never, or actually I use a stop loss. I use a stop loss, but no TP, because it was never better than just going with the end of day version. So that's why I don't use a TP, a fixed TP. It's because, trading stop is, I don't know. I never really found a good trailing stop that was better than not using it. So I want to ask you one thing about Bollinger Bands. Yeah, just go for it. Shoot your question and I will try to answer it. Is it because the trailing stop was too slow due to slippage, Skyping EA? The problem is not that the trailing stop is too slow. The trailing stop is fast. Like the expert advisor will execute the operations really quickly. The problem is not the speed of the EA, but the speed of the broker. Like the broker or the liquidity provider or whatever, like the broker decides when to fill your order. Because if you put a trailing stop, the trailing stop is located at the server of the broker. So you cannot do anything. If you put a trailing stop, that's all you can do. But the broker decides if he will fill this trailing stop at this exact level or maybe better or worse, because it's a stop order. So yeah, there's not a lot you can do. But yeah, slippage is a major factor that makes a lot of strategies unprofitable. Do you think commissions and slippage matter in algorithmic intraday and swing trading? Like if you trade over multiple days, of course, the swap rates matter a lot. And also slippage can matter, but it depends on your strategy. If you say you trade with a stop loss distance and TP distance, let's say for Forex of 10,000 points or 1,000 pips, of course, like commission and slippage is not super important because it will be relatively low. But if you trade with such a big TP and stop loss, it also means that your trades will be open over multiple days. So you always have to look at your strategies and you have to figure out what is the factor that has the biggest impact. And for a high frequency trading strategy that only trades intraday or intraday, you will probably find out that the biggest factor is the commission and also like the spread and the slippage. But for a intraday strategy where you trade over multiple months, or multiple days, weeks, months, so real swing trading, then you will find out that the biggest factor is, of course, the swap that you pay overnight. And this also impacts your choice of broker because some brokers like IC Markets that I use, they have a really expensive swap rate. So if I would be a swing trader only, I think I would not go with IC Markets. But yeah, then it also depends on the symbols. Like for Forex, it's okay, I think, but I think IC Markets is really expensive, if I'm correct here, with stock CFDs and index CFDs. So you have to consider all of these things. How many strategies are you using in live? Like in my live account, I only use 3 strategies: range breakout, SIS strategy, and ATR strategy. And yeah, then actually, like in total, I only use right now 4 strategies in all of these accounts. In most accounts, I use the range breakout EA and the range breakout strategy. Is the strategy you are showing right now profitable? Yeah, I mean, it was in the past. But as I said, I'm not the kind of guy who can see the future, so I cannot promise you anything. But in the past, it has been profitable in a live account for the last 7 years, I think. How can we ask you about coding and where? On YouTube is the highest chance, I think, that I will answer. But it's hard for me to really respond to individual coding questions because I get a lot of these individual coding questions. And for me, it does not really make sense to invest my time into answering the question of single individuals because I could invest this time and make a whole programming tutorial where I can help thousands of people. So usually, like right now, I'm at a stage where I cannot really afford the time to help with individual requests. Can you run the strategy tester on the GU EA real quick? No, not in the stream. But you can search on my channel for the last videos. I think it was like 3 weeks ago or 4, where I uploaded a backtest of this specific strategy in GU. So just search for it. But I don't really have to do it live now. Hi René, I have your range EA. What are your settings? Also, same answer. Just search for the videos that I uploaded like 3 or 4 weeks ago and you will see my current settings. But it's also really, like, it's easily explained. I can show it to you here. So you can see it here. These are my settings. Pause the stream if you need more time. This was for GU and this for UJ. So these are the times that I use right now. Not a big secret. Test it if you like. So you might want to use it as well. But again, no guarantees. I don't know if it will be profitable in the future. Nobody knows. What parameters do you use when you optimize? It depends on the expert advisor, of course. Like for the range breakout EA, I obviously chose the range, like the times for the range most of the time. And then, of course, when I found the range, I also searched if it's good to use a TP or if it's good to trade until the end of the day. I optimized the closing time. I optimized like if you should trade only long, only short, or should you trade both. Like when I really optimize a strategy, it's not a process that you can do in like 1 or 2 hours. It's a process that will usually take like a week for one symbol and one strategy. So it takes a lot of time. You should not underestimate this. I mean, of course, you don't have to sit in front of the PC all the time, but it takes a week, like with setting up the optimization. Then usually I let this run on my server. Then after some hours, I can come back, look at the results. I will enter some more optimization parameters. I test something else. Maybe I make adjustments to the code. So it's a really long process if you really want to develop a strategy that you plan to use live. So yeah. So there are more questions. Wait, I'm losing track of the questions. Did you program your own? Yes. I don't know. I think you are talking about my EAs, and every EA that I use is programmed by myself. Instead of profit factor, for example, profit. You mean, okay, factor for optimization. Yeah, I did. Like I once coded this optimization result key figure where I check how many days I would have won a FTMO challenge, like historically. And I also made a video about this on the channel, so if you're interested, check it out. And that was really interesting to me. But yeah, besides this, I didn't really use a lot of individual or unique or custom optimization or testing parameters or results. Is it easy to make the EA connect with a VPS? Yes, it's really easy. And I also made a video on the channel. Just search for René Balke or VPS on YouTube and you will find the video. And I explain everything. It's super, super simple. How would you feel if someone made a EA using your fair value gap indicator to make a profitable EA and I sold it? I mean, do whatever you want. Like, whenever I make something public, like a coding tutorial, or I sell programs, or I show how something is coded, I'm not that dumb to think that this knowledge will not be used. So I don't care. Like, really, if you make money with it, I'm happy for you. You can use everything that I make public. Because before I make something public, I made the decision that, of course, it can be used by others. And actually, I don't care because I don't have secrets. I don't think there is like the holy grail or something. And this is why I'm so transparent. Hello, sir. Hey, guys. Hello to everyone who just joined. We are quite a lot today in this stream. Usually it's a little bit less, but I'm happy to see you guys. Oh my God, I can't watch the stream now. Ads stopped the video. The ads should be gone in a second. Usually the ads are only there for 10 seconds or so. Then you can just go back in the stream. Thank you. Only run on GBP US dollar and US dollar Japanese yen. And no, I also run the same strategy in various stocks here, like CFDs, also like in indices right now, also in, yeah, that's it. Like GU, UJ, some stocks and indices right now. By code, how can we determine if that range is a true range and not a trend as that one we see on GBP? Actually, I want to see trends. Like I'm trading a range breakout strategy and I'm not trading a range like a reverse strategy or something. So I want to see trends. And I cannot say how we figure this out. Like when I trade, like at the beginning of the day and the range is created and there's a breakout, I cannot tell if it's good or bad. I don't know. But I know that like historically tested on high quality data, historically it was in most of the days, or like on average, the profit was higher if I trade the breakouts than like not trading them. So that's my only argumentation here. But I don't know if a single trade or a single range on a day will be profitable or not. I really don't know. And that's why I also do not really care about single trades. Like I want to see the strategy profitable over weeks or months, but on a single day, everything can happen. I can lose 3 or 4% in these accounts if I'm really unlucky, but I also can make 3 or 4 or 5 or 6% on a day. Like I do not really have an influence here. Is it better to trigger pending trades yourself programmatically or send them to broker? I don't know. I usually use stop orders or limit orders because I don't think brokers manipulate the orders. You can also use market orders. Actually, I think it won't make a huge difference over a long time. How did you choose the range? Yeah, it's just a lot of testing. I don't know why these times, but the tester showed it's kind of good. So I'm just going with it, right? And guys, we are a lot of people in the stream right now. If you like the automated trading and the content in general, do me a favor and subscribe if you're not subscribed, because I try to produce a lot of useful content, and yeah, I really appreciate it if you support the channel. How many years you use on backtest and forward test? Usually I do 5 to 8 years right now in the backtest. Maybe a little bit longer, but it depends. Usually 5 to 8 right now. How many years do you use? Oh, this was the question that I just answered. Sorry, I didn't mean parameters in your EA, but the results. Yeah, I think I explained this. Like I did this custom result once where I checked how many FTMO challenges would have been profitable, but yeah, that's the only custom result that I used in the last month. Your philosophy on your public information is very open. Yeah, of course, because I mean there are no secrets, right? Like I'm not a magician or anything. Like I don't have any secrets. Like everything I do it's public anyways. Like I'm not inventing the wheel. Like everything I do is not like super special or so. Like other people do the same stuff. I'm just making it public, and I just want to help people understand how trading can work. How you set the SL for your EA? It's just on the other side of the range for the strategy and how I use it right now. Do you also sometimes trade other instruments like futures or options? No. I only trade Forex and CFD right now with EAs. You could trade this EA on the different demo account with different pairs that moves the most, like GBP, Japanese yen. Yeah, I could do this. I would have to test these pairs, but right now I don't really have the time. Right now I'm actually working on a tool for you guys. Oh, but this is actually a lot more work than I thought in the beginning. I want to write like you can see, I call this the Trade Bro, and I think that's a really cool name. And this should be a trade panel that can help you to like manage your orders and calculate the risk for you. And yeah, you can see there's a lot of like interactive stuff, but it's kind of time-consuming task to write all of this stuff, and it will take me, I think, some more days or weeks to really publish a first version. But if I'm at this point, you will see it on the channel, and then I will show you how to get this EA. But it's really, yeah, these graphical user interfaces are a lot of it's a hustle. And I just figured out that there are more challenges for me than I expected. But yeah, I will let you know if I worked on this a little bit more. How do you deal with fake outs? I don't deal with fake outs. If there is a fake out, yeah, it will get me. Like, have a look at this yesterday. 2 of these so-called fake outs, and they hit me in the face, like with 0.5% both of these trades. I just can't deal with them because I don't have a good mechanism to avoid it. That's just how the market is. I mean, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But as I tried to explain before, I don't care about these single days because I care about the long the long-term results. So fake outs, yeah, nothing I can do really. Hey man, I'm working on my first Skyping EA on 5 minutes. Is there a way to code a 1 hour time delay after a trade closes? Sure, you can do everything in MQL5. You can just, like if you write it for the MetaTrader 5, you can use the on-trade transaction event handler to realize when the trade is closed, and then you can just use a global variable, a simple datetime variable, and update it if there is a trade closed. And then before you open new trades, you just check this variable, and if the current time is like 1 hour after this. It's really simple if you have some programming knowledge. And if you don't have Google for the on-trade transaction event handler, this is the function that I would use, or the event handler. So I want to know about one of the possibilities with code. Can I ask you a question? Yes, go for it. I cannot guarantee that I will answer because I cannot really go in depth here in the stream, but I will of course have a look at it. Hi René, yesterday you uploaded a video about how much trading gurus make, but didn't talk about how much you make with trading. Can you give some insights on that? I can't because I don't know how much they make with trading. I can give an insight how much I make with trading. I make barely nothing with trading. Right now I only have one live account, which is this one here. And this is a really small account, so I can also show you the signal that I have for this. And you can see I make barely any money with trading. Like, this is the performance of the account, and it's not like I'm not living off of trading, and that's why I always I'm really open about this, and I said this multiple times, and I do not want to give you a wrong view on my person. But for other trading gurus, I have no idea. If this information would be public, like how much they make with trading, they would probably lose a lot of followers, and that's why they don't make it public, if you know what I mean. A lot of these trading gurus are not the best traders in the world that they pretend to be. So, I mean, actually, it's really simple. You can ask yourself the question, why are trading gurus not showing their trading statements? And I mean, the answer is, it's pretty obvious. I mean, I don't really have to talk about it, right? It's really self-explanatory. And trading gurus are still selling products because they sell the dream. And I'm trying to be better. So I try everything. I show everything 100% transparent, and I also say that I do not live off trading because it would be a lie, but still I am a profitable trader. So, I don't know. That's all I can say you. Take it if you want it, and if you don't respect me because of this, there are other trading gurus that are not honest like this. So let me have a look at some more of these questions. I tried to send a EA to MQL5 market. Now the error is test on US dollar, blah, 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 not synchronized with trade. Actually, I think I never had this error. But again, I would recommend when you fail the automatic validation on MQL5, they will link an article. And you can read this article and it will usually solve all your questions or your problems. Also, you can Google for it if you need an answer. But I never had this specific error. So I don't really have a quick fix. You are really a publicly good person. I love you from India. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I just try to be honest. What do you think of euro? Like, do you mean the currency? I pay my groceries with in euro. Or do you mean euro US dollar? I don't know. Could go up, could go down. I don't try to interpret the market movements. I just trade my strategies. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. On average, I win. That's all that counts for me. In your masterclass, you have MT4 and MT5. What do you recommend? I think you're talking about the German courses. Like right now, I would recommend the MetaTrader 5 actually, because I see some advantages over the MetaTrader 4. Yeah, I would recommend the MetaTrader 5. Like the programming is a little bit more complicated, but once you get the hang of it, it's definitely worth it, because the MetaTrader 5 is just better, faster, has more possibilities in the programming. So you should go for MT5. Hi René, have you ever made a video on an EA that opens only one trade a day? I think so, but sure. Just have a look at these videos. Like, for example, some weeks ago, 1 or 2 weeks ago, I think I made a video where I traded a stock index CFD, I think the US 30, and I only did long trades. So this was only a maximum of 1 trades per day. You can watch it if you're interested. What are you living off if not trading? I have different sources of income. I showed some of these in the video from yesterday. Watch it if you're interested. Like, I make money from brokerage partnership. I make money from YouTube views. I make money selling expert advisors. I make money selling courses. I make a little bit money from trading. I won't lie here, but it's not that much, as I said. I make money from investments. I did some freelance work, like programming back then, but in the last 2 years, I didn't really do anything anymore because I don't have the time and it's boring to me. But yeah, I have no worries. I make enough to live. Where I can share you my code. You can't. Bro, if you want to send me a complete program, I don't have the time for this. Sorry. I tried to explain it before. Right now, I get requests like this every single day, and I cannot respond to individual coding questions because it's not worth my time. And I don't want to be like rude here, but I can help a lot more people if I, for example, make a programming tutorial on YouTube. It will help more people, and I have a higher leverage on my time if I do something like this. You can ask me a single question here if you just want a hint from me how to fix your coding problem, but I cannot review your whole code. So next question, have you considered to be aggressive with risk during the challenge and then reduce risk? Yeah, I was really aggressive with some challenges back then when the FTMO still had the limited time period of 1 month for the challenge. But right now I'm really happy that this is no longer the case. And right now I do not really see a reason to be super aggressive because I have time. And if you are super aggressive, like if you go super high risk, trading is just gambling, in my opinion. And that's why I try to go with a moderate, realistic risk, so I have a higher chance to actually be profitable in the long run. And again, this is all that matters for me, like being profitable in the long run. But yeah, of course, I also had the idea in my mind to just open some challenge accounts and gamble my way up to a live account, but I decided to not do so because I also want to be a good example here on YouTube and stuff. And if you just gamble your way through the challenges, it's just a gamble. I would rather lose blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, I talked about this. When did you get profitable with EA trading? Yeah, I don't know. I just showed you the the signal that I have here. And this is a good example. Have a look at this. This is a live account that I have, and I trade this for 6 or 7 years. And you can see, for example, the first 2 trades were not profitable, and then I was profitable. So I could say that I'm profitable for 4 years now. But this is not the correct answer, because in these years, I did the exact same thing like in these years. So it's not that I was a better or worse trader here. It's just that statistically with my strategies, I have good and bad periods. And so it's hard for me to tell you at what specific day I became profitable or so. It doesn't really work like this. Joined late, but do you use your EA like they are on the MT5 market? Yeah, I mean, you can use these times and strategies like I use them with the EA from the MQL5 market, but I think on the MQL5 market, I still have a little bit a different time settings. So if you're interested in my time settings here, I can show it on the screen quickly. Pause the stream if you're interested. So these are the times for GBP US dollar right now. These are the times for US dollar Japanese yen. Also made videos about this 3 weeks ago, I think, on the channel. Search for it if you're interested. Hi René, did you try to do EA with AI machine learning? I did it once, used in machine learning algorithm, but I didn't really see a benefit, so I dumped the idea, and that was my only experience, I don't know, with machine learning. Did you try to write any trend reversal expert advisor? Yes, I did. I wrote some, I don't know, but I didn't do all the testing to really figure out if it's good or bad. Usually, on general, for me, breakout strategies work better. Are you still going to post videos on ICT concepts? I don't think so. I mean, maybe in the future, but right now I have other projects. Do you code EA for people? No. Is the EA on the screen for sale? Yes. Check out the links in the video description. You will find my MetaTrader 5 or MQL5 seller profile, and you will find the range breakout EA there. And you can also test it in the demo if you check it out. So do you believe all traders are just gambling? No, that's not what I said. I don't know if you listened what I said, but I said if you are risking too much, and if you are risking a loss of your account or of your challenge or whatever in a short period of time, that's gambling for me. But over the long run, it's not gambling for me. But everyone has his or her own opinion on this. I definitely think you can be profitable in the long run with trading. Because, guys, I have to show this again. I prove this right now. I am profitable for multiple years. So you cannot really take this away from me. So this is why I can say that you can definitely make money with trading. Have a look at this. This is a live account. But I will not be the person that says to you that I could be profitable every month or every year. That's not what I can say. And I will also not say to you that I will be profitable in the years in the future. But what I definitely can say and what I will say is that as by now, I am profitable for the last years. And this is why I can say that I'm profitable. But what I will not tell you is that I am profitable in the future. So I hope this makes sense. But I try to avoid making statements that I cannot hold. So what I can say is I was profitable in the past. What I cannot say is that I will be profitable in the future. But personally, I think I have good chances to be profitable in the future also. Okay, next one. I'm really looking forward that Trade Bro panel. Bro, I'm also looking forward to it. But it's a lot of work. Is the bro coming from Silicon Valley? I don't know what Silicon Valley is. I think it's just it's just nice to like use the term bro. It's a little bit like a friendly, funny term to use. I subscribed, by the way. Thanks, man. Really appreciate the support. Also, if some of you guys are not subscribed yet, consider subscribing, because I do a lot of like stuff on automated trading. Do you have any job? Do you mean for you, or do I have a job? I mean, I have a job. You see me in my working environment right now. Like sitting here in front of the PC talking to you is my job, literally. So if this was the question, I think, yes, I have a job. I'm getting error constant, cannot be modified. Once I started, if you try to modify a constant, you will get this error. So that's pretty much why it is constant, because it's a constant value that should not be changed. So just figure out why this variable is constant, and then you can either remove the constant modifier, or you can find another way if this constant modifier is there for a reason. Once I start with 1,000, I make $50 profit, but next day my program should start with 1,050 as equity. And it's not working. But next day my program should start with... I mean, you can just use the function account equity, or in MetaTrader 5, it's account info double and then account equity, I think, to get the current equity. And this also works for balance. So if you work with this, you should easily be able to like figure this out. Here are the properties that you can use to like get the properties for your account. And is strategy tester reliable? It depends on your strategy. For scalping, short-term, quick in and out strategies is super unreliable, but for long-term strategies like the range breakout EA, it can be quite accurate. But it depends on the strategy, it depends on the distance of stop loss and TP, the amount of trades, the data quality, a lot of different factors. But it can be quite accurate from my experience. Can I learn EA coding from just watching your videos? Yes. Is your account profitable so far? Is there a point where you would go in with big money? At what point would you trust your strategies? Yes, my account is profitable. I don't know at which point I would go with big money. I think like short-term trading, I would not invest a lot of my personal funds. But if I manage to become funded with like FTMO, for example, I would of course trade the big account, and then I would trade big money, if you want to say so, but not with my personal funds, because it just does not fit my risk feeling. I don't know how to say it. Has this EA ever passed FTMO? This EA passed a challenge once, but then failed in the verification. I think this was because of the time limit back then. So this is why I'm testing it without time limit now. Can I also buy your EAs with code? And if not, why? You can... Like, for example, if you want to have the code for the range breakout EA, you can join my MetaTrader 5 masterclass, and then I teach how to write the code for this program. And you can also download the code for this range breakout EA. I posted a link in the chat. But if you just want to buy the code, I don't really sell it, because like my goal, I don't know if this sounds cheesy, but I don't aim for just making quick money. Like, I want to, at this point, really have an impact. And I think I can have an impact if I teach you how to code. But I do not believe you have anything, like any big benefits, if you just, for example, buy a single EA or so. I mean, of course, I can make some money with it. But you will have so much more value, so much more long-time value if you learn coding with, for example, my MetaTrader Masterclass. And this is why I really love this course, because it really helps you. And I have so many feedbacks from people who joined this Masterclass course, and they are now selling their own products on MQL5, for example. I had one guy lately telling me that he learned with my videos and my course, and now he's a top seller on MQL5. I mean, that's kind of what I want to achieve, like helping you to really like really have an actual positive impact on your life. And I believe if you just buy a one single expert advisor and try to make quick money, I do not have a really positive impact on your life. What's your best recommended EA? I do not recommend any EAs, as I just said. Instead, I recommend that you learn programming and trading. It goes hand in hand. Like once you are a programmer for the MetaTrader, you will definitely become a better trader also, because you have all the options to like test and all the possibilities. It's crazy. Like, you should believe me, it's crazy. Hello, René. Is there a reason why you do not trade other pairs? I tested a lot of the major pairs and I did not find profitable settings in the tester. But maybe I just didn't test the right times. You can do your own testing. Just check out the program in the MQL5 market. You can test it for free in the tester. Yeah. Then there are some more people who joined. Hello everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the stream and the channel. How much do you risk per trade? In these accounts right now, I risk 0.5%, but then I have other projects right now. For example, here I trade with 0.1% fixed, 0.1 lot fixed. So it's a little bit different than in these accounts. I trade 0.5% right now. Here also 0.5%. Then I have, here I trade 0.02% fixed. So I have different approaches, different projects. And in this account, this is a demo account where I trade a martingale grid system, and here I risk everything, like the whole account. But that's what martingale grid is, right? So depends on the project and the account, but I usually risk like 0.5%. What are your courses about? And my programming courses, like the MetaTrader Masterclass that I'm talking about, is about programming. So you will not learn how to become rich tomorrow. Like the goal of my MetaTrader Masterclass course is not to teach how to become a millionaire overnight. I don't teach trading strategies. I don't know what is good or bad. But what I can promise you, that if you take my course and if you really watch the videos and try to understand it, you will learn how to code for the MetaTrader. And that's far more valuable, because then you will be able to test every strategy that you like, and you will learn so much about trading, and you can sell your own programs and stuff. I had people writing me that it's life-changing, and I also believe that it can be, because learning how to code for the MetaTrader was actually life-changing for me. How do you calculate the range? It's based on times. Like for example, from 4 to 12 o'clock here in this account, it's just based on times. And then I take the highest and the lowest price in this time. And I prefer mean reversion strategies. I'm a fan of breakout strategies, I think, because it worked out for me pretty well in the past, but I'm not against any kind of strategy. As I tried to explain before, like success always verifies the tools. So if you are successful with any strategy over a long period of time, I don't care what the strategy is. I don't care if people say it's dumb or stupid. If you are successful, it automatically verifies your approach. Like in trading, there is no right or wrong. It's just you are either successful or not. And if you are successful, it's right. So I don't care if it's a breakout strategy, if it's a reversion strategy. I don't care if you flip a coin. If you can be consistently profitable with it, it verifies your approach. With a coin, but I hope you get what I try to explain. If you can be profitable with the coin method over a year, you should play the lottery. Okay, guys, so these trades are now closed at 18 o'clock, like every single day. So we can have a little summary here. Today, in this account, there was a profit of $400 US. Let's have a look at the next accounts. In this account, there was a profit of 45 roughly US dollar or euro. And in this account, there was a profit of about 54. This is the fixed lot size account. So right now, this account is up 3%. This is 3.7 up. This is 2.6 up. And that's it, trading in these accounts. Now, we could have a look at these trades. Maybe I will stick around for some more minutes because there are a lot of people in the streams right now and I still have to end the questions. But yeah, here you can see, maybe I will talk about this in a few seconds. But first of all, let me have a look at some more questions. Whoa, guys, today will be hard for me to get through the questions. Does USD Japanese yen have a TP? No. How can we contact you to ask more questions about automated trading? In the YouTube comments is the best way. Can I code a machine learning EA on MetaTrader platform? Yes. Also, you have a Python integration now. So most people using AI machine learning use Python, the Python API to trade using the MetaTrader. If no, what are we limited to do? With MetaTrader programming, you are not limited in any way. You have so many possibilities. You can also use external DLLs, like you can use all the Windows libraries. You can do pretty much everything. You could use a Expert Advisor program to structure the folders on your PC. So it's actually really powerful if you use all of its components. I mean, it doesn't make sense to structure the folders on your PC with a trading program, but you could. Is range breakout system reliable for trading? In the past, it has been. For the future, I cannot make any promises, as I explained before. A critical question. If trading doesn't pay off very well, as you pointed out in previous videos, why should I learn to program EAs or buy one? I don't really understand why people always think that I am against trading. I'm not saying that trading is not profitable or so. You can make a lot of money with trading. People become rich with trading, but it's not risk-free. That's what I'm trying, like the message that I try to deliver. You can become rich overnight with trading, but you can also become really poor overnight with trading. It's always this exchange of risk and reward. Like you have to decide if you want to risk something to have a high reward on the other end. Like the reason why I personally do not trade with large funds is because for me it does not make sense. Because I am not aiming to become rich overnight. For example, let's say I have 100K on my private bank account. I could use this 100K to trade. And maybe in 2 or 3 years I would have 200K. But I can also invest the money and in 10 years I have 200K. And for me, it is okay to go lower risk because I don't know if this is true, but I probably have more money in the bank than most of the people that are trading short term. And this is why I do not have to risk a lot of money for short term trading. Because I'm not aiming for this get rich quick. But you can definitely become rich quick with trading. And you can also become rich with trading over time. It's always based on risk reward. Like if you risk a lot, you can expect a lot. It's always like this with everything you do in life, especially in economics. Did you study programming? No, I didn't. I learned from YouTube, but if I did a education or integrated studies with Commerzbank, a big bank. But if I could undo this, I think I would go for a software development study career. But I mean, it is what it is. You can also learn it on YouTube. How can we set the limited margin to open buy and sell position? With my EA, once the margin limit has achieved, then if your margin limit is reached, you cannot open positions. That's pretty much the main reason why the margin is there. And there's no way around this, because you always have a initial margin for your positions that you open, and you cannot like get around this with programming. I think one of the previous questions about your job was, are you a full-time trader or do you have a part-time job? How should I answer this? Like what I do right now is my job. My job is content creation, programming, teaching, but I don't have a normal job. Like I don't have to get up in the morning. I don't have a boss, if this is the question. I'm my own boss, but I would consider this a job. And also I'm somehow a full-time trader, because all I do the whole day is working on trading strategies and on content about trading. So I don't know. And I'm also trading all of the time on the server. So I'm all of this in some way. I'm algo trader myself, trading futures in Brazil. Yeah, nice, good job. Fellow automated trader, love it. Have you ever did a compiled performance of your bots in multiple pairs to see if drawdown really flattens in FX? Yes, I did. I did some analysis where I took like backtests, for example, and combined them. Also, I usually like to make analysis of my live trading and of the important accounts and projects that I have, and I use the Trade Buddy tool for this, so I can see how like the strategies work together, and here I can also like filter for specific strategies and stuff. So yeah, this is like one of the tools that I use. I coded this in Java. You can get it for free on my website. Check it out if you're interested. I will post a link. It's completely free, and you could use it for portfolio analysis and like analysis of your performance. Hi René, can you test GBP, Japanese yen? Yeah, I could, but not in the stream. But maybe I will do some minor pairs in the future. But yeah, not today. How long does your equity drawdown in bots take? Mine take 3 months. Yeah, mine, bro, I was in a drawdown for a year. So it's actually crazy. I do not share the opinion that many traders have that you have to be profitable every month. Like, for example, have a look at this. This is my automated account, or one of my accounts. And like in total in this year, I was negative. I was in a drawdown. So I think drawdown periods can be really long, actually. You always have to ask your question is, do you believe that this drawdown will have an end in the future? And is it still worth trading the strategies? Sir, do you have any education course? I do, and I will post it. And I am a big fan of my own course. I cannot stress this enough. This course is great. You will learn everything you need to know about MetaTrader 5 programming. And you will definitely be a better programmer / trader after taking this course. So if you want to learn MetaTrader 5 quickly, programming, check out the course. How much is this expert advisor? This expert advisor is about, if you want to buy it, about $200. But again, I do not recommend buying this EA. If you are lazy, buy it. I don't care. I will take your money. But if you really want to do yourself a favor, have a look at the MetaTrader 5 masterclass that I just posted in the chat. This range breakout EA is a part of this class. So you will learn how to code it. So you will actually learn something. You will do something for your future, which you don't do if you just buy a single expert advisor. So please do not buy the expert advisor and have a look at the course instead. Can I use the range breakout EA on a funded account? Yeah, why not? I mean, that's my plan. I hope that it's possible. What broker do you use for your trading stocks? Like this, what you see here on the stream, on the screen right now is a FTMO challenge. So the broker is FTMO, their FTMO server, their liquidity provider. And yeah, this is where I trade stocks. And then I invest in stocks also, like, but I don't trade. And I invest in stocks using some brokers like Comdirect, which is a German broker, I think, and also Lynx Broker, which is Interactive Brokers. So more questions. How to disable trade for day after the last trade was in profit. You can have a look at the on-trade transaction event handler if you're programming for the MetaTrader 5. And in this function or this event handler, you can check if when a trade is closed, if it was in profit. And then you can just use a global variable, for example, set it to true, and then check it before you open new trades. And on the next day, you just reset this variable. What does the invalid stops mean? It can have multiple reasons. For example, if you try to place your stop loss for a buy position above the open price or above the current price, it will not work because of the invalid stop. Also, if you try to place your stop directly on the current price, it might also not work because some brokers have a minimum distance requirement for the stop loss that is required. So these are the main reasons. But also, like, the invalid stop error can also happen if you have a problem with your entry or TP from time to time. So you have to really check, like, what the problem could be. Hey René, ich bin selber Programmierer. There's a German comment. He tries to send a order to the MetaTrader with a HTTP request. I cannot say a lot about this. I never really tried this. If your broker provides an API, it should be possible. But if your broker does not provide an API for this, it's of course not possible. But yeah, I mean, I don't really see a downside in using the MetaTrader. And if you don't want to keep your own PC active all the time, just use a VPS for it. Thank you, René. It's such a lonely path, and I rarely find someone to talk about. Yeah, programming is kind of a lonely path, but right now I'm really happy with how the channel goes, and I feel like the community is getting stronger here. We can all do this, guys. I'm really grateful for this, also like for the streams, the questions. It's also cool for me to chat a little bit with you guys. Because, of course, automated trading can be boring because you just sit in front of your PC coding and yeah. But it's cool to have a place here on YouTube to chat with others that are like-minded. Yeah, thank you very much. How do you find stocks? Do they move like Forex? For example, for this account, I just did a lot of testing. I just had a look at the FTMO, what stock CFDs they offer. And then I took all of these here in my market watch. I had a look at the spread, the overall costs. I checked which of these CFDs have the lowest relative costs and then or overall costs. And then I tested for these stocks, and for some of them it worked out. And yeah, then I use these stocks for trading. But the big question is still if the overall market will go up in the future. Because if it doesn't, then of course my strategy and my account here will fail. But my bet is that in the future, hopefully these stocks will go up and then I could make profits here. What's your take on high frequency trading? I'm not an expert here and never really had a look at it, but my take on it, if you're talking about Forex and CFD trading with normal Forex and CFD brokers, I think high frequency trading makes absolutely no sense because the trading costs are just too high. You cannot really be profitable with the trading costs that you have with Forex and CFD brokers. You would have to go with other brokers that are cheaper if you want to do high frequency trading. And you, of course, if you want to do real high-frequency trading, there are a lot of more components that are relevant, like distance to the actual exchange that you are trading with and like speed of your hardware and everything. But I'm not an expert in this field, as I said. How can I filter out sideways markets? Bro, I don't know. If you figure out a way, tell me, because I'm trying to fix this or find a solution for this for the last 5 years. Like my solution to finding or to getting around the sideways markets is to just take the losses in the sideways markets and hope that in the trendy markets you will get more profits than losses in sideways markets. But I cannot offer a solution for this. I didn't find one in the past. Do you have any experience with a combination of automation and manual trading? Not really. Like for the last 7 years, I think I only trade automated. I didn't do a single manual trade. Only long-term investments. But for trading, not a single trade. You should trade SPX or ES. Yes, I try to test these also, but the costs are relatively high with these because you have the spread and then they don't move as much as, for example, the German or the US index. So this is why I didn't really find good settings for them. Oh, also I'm in another trade here in this account. So right now I'm really hoping that the overall market is going up today because otherwise I will lose in all of these accounts. But yeah, we will see. I don't think I will stick around for the next 5 hours or so because the trades here are closed at, actually I don't know it, at 22, so 4 more hours. I won't stick around for such a long time, but I will make another stream, of course, next week, and then I will give you an update. You should trade, yeah, I read this. Bau, HTTP, kannst du alles mit Python machen. Grateful for your content, René. Yeah, thanks. I'm really grateful that you want to watch my content, actually, because otherwise I wouldn't really have a platform here on YouTube. So thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel. And again, guys, if you are new to the channel, if you're not subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Also like the stream if you want to support it. It really helps me, and I believe it can also help you if you watch my content, because I really try to share some, bring some light into the trading industry. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. Thanks, man. All the best for 2024. Is there a way to have the masterclass videos available for watching offline? No, not at the moment. I'm sorry. It's only available online right now. I was monitoring the FTMO challenge that failed in the verification phase. If you had closed the trades manually in profit, you would probably have passed. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know anymore how the challenge went, but I'm not trading manually, so could have been better, could have been worse. I'm not able to make better decisions than the robot, and that's why I do not try to trade manually. Hello, sir. Please do a video about change of character. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these ICT smart money concept things. I'm sorry. I think I won't make more videos about this. Do you backtest using any paid tools like the Tick Data Suite? It's really worth it. Yes, I use the Tick Data Suite. I didn't have it for the last few years, but then this year, or at the end of last year, I bought it, and it's absolutely worth it in my opinion. If you really work with automated trading strategies, for me, it's worth it. But still, like, the data is not always like one-on-one compatible with your broker data. So for some symbols, for example, I had to adjust the spread also for the custom symbols that I created with the Tick Data Suite data. So you always have to try to find the best testing environment for that is as close to the real environment that you want to use later on as possible. What's your take on martingale? You can use martingale if you're fine with the risk. Personally, I would not use it with my real money, but for example, I have this demo account, or not this one where I just run a project with martingale, and you can see this is 200% in profit, a little bit more, but I mean, it can fail anytime. So I'm not a fan of martingale, but I'm also not against it. It's just a tool, like everything in trading. Good exits here, by the way. Both of these trades would have been worse right now. So let's get back to stock trading here. I'm a stock trader now, at least in the evening. Hello, sir. I'm following your channel. Please do a video. Oh, I answered this. Okay, there are two German guys discussing how to send a HTTP request to open positions, but I think I do not really have to get into this discussion. Thanks, Renee. Excuse if asked already. I joined late. What's your percentile growth per month relative to percent risk? I don't really know. Like, it's hard for me to tell. I can show you like from my actual live account. I would show you a analysis, and this will give you some insight on this strategy, what you can expect or how it was in the past. So this is traded on a real money live account, so completely realistic environment. And then I have the filter option here. And if I just go, for example, for the range breakout EA, this is the combined performance of USD Japanese yen and Euro US dollar. And there are also some key figures. I will not explain everything, but if you're interested, just pause the video and have a look at it. Also, I can show this stuff only for Euro US dollar. Looks like this, a little bit choppy, key figures. And then I do the same thing for USD Japanese yen. Should be a little bit more stable. And key figures for this. So this could give you a little insight in how this can turn out in an actual live trading account. But this was, again, only for the last years. In the future, it can be different, of course. You are familiar with boom and crash? No, I'm not familiar with boom and crash. It's funny because I made a video about it, but actually I have no idea what it is. Because in the video I just used a indicator that I got from MQL5, but I don't know what boom and crash is. So I'm not really able to answer questions about this, I think. Yeah, thanks for watching the videos. I'm glad that you like it. And if you watch some more programming tutorials, you should be able to automate your own strategies, I think. So guys, I'm through the comments for now. So let me relax for some seconds, and I think at some point I will end the stream the next minutes, I think, because my throat is getting really dry. Whenever I talk too much, I feel it in my throat the next day. Also, tomorrow I have to record a video for you guys. I don't really have a video for tomorrow, so I will have to do some talking tomorrow also. So I cannot destroy my voice completely here with you guys. So let me read the last few comments. Have you ever went deep into equity curve trading? No, never. I never based my trading decisions on equity, actually. Never really did this. I don't know if it's good or bad. The thing is, I always feel like I cannot say in which period my EA would work good and in which period it would work well. This is why I try to aim for using the same risk every time. Like every day I try to aim for the same risk, because I feel like if I'm coming out of a bad period but I'm just going into a good period, I still want to have the same risk as in the bad period to recover quicker, if you know what I mean. Because if I would lower the risk, it would mean that I would also get to the profitable area slower than I could. But that's just my personal idea on this. Yeah, I don't know if it makes sense. Markets going back a little bit here for Tesla, Amazon, and Meta are still in profit. Meta is doing quite fine here, actually. Let's hope that it can go on like this a bit. Oh, the German index here, German 40, is coming down a bit. It's a bummer that US 30 is not active anymore, but I mean, these are the times that were the best in the tester, so I'll just go with it. But it would have been actually I don't know, one close to 1.5% trade here. But I mean, there is no wood in trading, so I can only trade the prices and not what could have been. Okay, guys. One last comment here. Enjoying your videos. Oh, nice. It's not even a question. It's just a appreciation post. Thanks, man. Thank you guys so much for all the love and the support that I feel lately on the channel. I really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Rudi is out for today. I'm also out for today. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for watching the trade with me. Thanks for asking all your questions. I hope I was able to answer one or two of them. And yeah, I think I will end the stream in the next minutes. No, I don't know the TV show Silicon Valley. Is it good? Should I watch it? Maybe I will do in the future. Okay, guys, I think I'm out for today. Maybe I can, because I don't really need the PC in the next minutes, I will just turn off my camera and microphone for now. You can watch the trades a little bit if you want. Have a discussion in the chat if you want. And then I will see you probably in a video tomorrow. And then I think I will be live in the next week. I try to be live on Tuesdays and Thursdays these days. So watch out for next Tuesday, 4 p.m. GMT +1 time. I will keep you updated on YouTube. Okay, guys, have a great evening. Bye.